great day so far. Today we are going to be talking about the fall of Jericho and what it took and how Joshua was able to conquer the land. We're first going to start off by worshiping, so you guys can pause the video and we can start worshiping and then come back when you're done. Yay! I hope you guys had a great time worshiping. For our icebreaker question, it is, when was there a time you listened to God but you didn't really understand why? Oh, it's starting to rain. For me, I think an example would be when I took online classes. I felt like I really had to, and I feel like God was telling me to, but I didn't really know why. But it ended up working out really well and for the good of His glory. So you guys can pause now and discuss with your family members, and then you guys can come back to the lesson. All right, and before we jump into the lesson, I'm going to say a prayer for us, and I'm going to pray for guidance and trust for the Lord, even when we don't know why and when it's really hard to. So let's fold our hands and bow our heads and shut our eyes. Dear God, thank you for giving us the time today to worship you and to learn more about you. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. And God, I ask that you just take anyone who's watching this video, and even if they're not, and just guide them through whatever they are called to do. And with that being said, it's not always hard, it's not always easy, and it is hard sometimes. So God, I ask that you help them trust you and lean into you when it does get hard, and just guide them through anything and every season in life, even if they don't know where it's taking them. And thank you so much for everything you've done and for being here when we need you. In your name we pray, amen. The theme for this lesson is obedience and obeying God, even when we don't know why and when we can't see the outcome or anything. We just have to trust Him and obey Him no matter what. The city gates of Jericho were securely barred, and no one went in or out of the city. The Israelites were camping nearby. The Lord told Joshua, I have delivered Jericho to you. For 6 days, march once around the city with all the armed men. Have 7 priests with ram's horn, trumpets lead the way. Then on the 7th day, march around the city 7 times with the priests blowing the trumpets. When they sound a long blast and the army shout, the walls of the city will collapse. Joshua instructed the priests to get the Ark of the Covenant ready and choose 7 to lead the way, carrying around trumpets. The priests set off sounding their trumpets, but the army had orders to remain quiet. Priests carried the Ark of the Covenant around the city with an armed guard in front and behind it. After one circuit of the city, they all returned to the camp. The puzzled people of Jericho watched as the Israelites repeated their circuit around the city walls 6 days in a row. On the 7th day, they set off at daybreak and marched around the city wall 7 times. The 7 priests led the way, blowing their ram's horn trumpets. Priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant with an armed guard in front and behind followed them. The people of Jericho watched as the priests and army marched around their city 7 times in a row. At the end of the 7th lap, when the priests sounded a long blast on their trumpets, Joshua commanded to the army, Shout, for the Lord has given you the city. Only Rahab and her family are to be spared. No one is to take anything belonging to the people of Jericho, because it all belongs to the Lord. When the trumpets blasted and the army shouted, the walls of the city collapsed. The army charged in over the ruins and took the city. Joshua ordered the 2 spies to find Rahab's house, marked with a scarlet cord in the window, and led her and her family to safety. From that day on, they lived with the Israelites. The army was forbidden to loot anything they found in the city, as everything was devoted to God. They were warned that looting would bring trouble on them and the whole camp. The items made of gold, silver, bronze, and iron were carried out of the city and put in the treasury of the Lord. The city was then set alight. News of this amazing victory soon spread, and people knew the Lord was with Joshua. And here is a memory verse for this week. Get up, command the people to purify themselves in preparation for tomorrow. For this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Hidden among you, O Israel, are things set apart for the Lord. You will never defeat your enemies until you remove these things from among you. Joshua 7:13 And for our activity today, we will be using blocks, and we are going to be trying to build a tower of either blocks or cards or paper. You guys can use whatever you want. You don't have to go to the store and buy anything. Just use whatever is around your house. You could even do like food items or kitchen items if you want. And we're going to try to make the largest tower and see how long we can make it before it falls down. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. I am using Jenga blocks, and it's a little windy out, so I'm not sure how well this will do. And I'm doing it the hard way. I think if I wanted it to be more sturdier, I should have done a base, but let's see how well we can do. Okay, and that was my tower. I hope you guys have so much fun doing your tower.